from the Dignity Health Studios at the Bakersfield, California, it's time to open up with real people, real talk about real stuff. And now, a special welcome to our friends throughout California, across the nation, and around the world to this week's edition of Open Up.
Welcome to this edition of Open Up. I'm Don Clark with Bob Prater.
I am Bob Prater in the flesh.
Boy, my best buddy here, Tina, is just back from North Carolina, resting up from a very memorable trip, and you're going to hear all about that. It's something I think a lot of people will be helped by what she went through on this family journey back to North Carolina.
That's fascinating. I can't wait to hear it. I wish it was right now.
Bob, how do you like that Australian accent when it comes on Open Up?
I'm a big fan of the Aussie, Don.
That's John Thompson. He moved here from Australia, and now he's raising Brumby horses. I mean, I think he's one of the only guys in America that's raising these horses right here in Bakersfield.
From Australia to Bakersfield.
Yep.
My gosh.
You bet. Listen, coming up in the show, we had here in Bakersfield, if you can see this, it was called, our headline just a few days back called Gays in the Church. Gays in the Church. And we're going to deal with that subject in just a few minutes. But first, we've got a fabulous guest on that really, if you own a small business, if you're part of a business, this is a fellow who has just dedicated himself to helping businesses, small businesses in every possible way. And it's a real pleasure to bring to these microphones Dave Bass from here in Bakersfield from D&B and Company, D&B and Associates. David?
It's DB and Company. It gets confused often, but DB and Company is a local company. Been in business here in Bakersfield for 35 years, helping small businesses grow and thrive.
Dave, take us back a bit about yourself. Give us some of your background that led up to kind of jumping into this phase of your career.
Well, I was in Bakersfield, and I was working for a company that I created myself, and we helped. This was back in the 70s, and we helped design and change Camaros, and we changed them into a car called an LE, or a limited edition. We put special tires and wheels and fins and flares on them and so forth. And for Three-Way Chevrolet, we helped them in their marketing for a sporty, fancier car. Well, when the prices went from 25 cents a gallon to $1 a gallon, which we thought that was terrible then, that market kind of dried up. And I got into the business forums industry. My next door neighbor was with More Business Forums. I got with them. They're an international company. I worked with them for several years, and then decided to do that on myself and offer more products and services to my clients. And so I opened my business in my garage here in Bakersfield 35 years ago.
Boy, it's almost legendary how many good things come out of a garage.
I like it, like a good garage band, like Nirvana. It's perfect.
Are you a Bakersfield guy?
Oh, absolutely. Bakersfield is a wonderful town, and if you talk to any of our customers that call me or suppliers that call us and so forth, this is Dave with DB and Company in beautiful downtown Bakersfield. I just love that saying, and a lot of people repeat that to me. Are you still in beautiful downtown Bakersfield? And absolutely, we are.
You're right down there by Happy Jack's.
We're right next door to Happy Jack's and 2001 G Street. And if you want to come in during the lunchtime, you can go next door and get a nice salad or Ortega burger or whatever. But they're
for everybody outside of Bakersfield, Happy Jack's is this little legendary shack that just puts out the best burgers and pie. No French fries, no smell of grease in the place.
Nope.
It's just quite a place. David, that entrepreneurial step when you said you went out on your own, I mean, that's a scary thing to do. Was it a scary thing for you, and what got you across that threshold as far as motivation?
Well, maybe looking back, it should have been scary, but it just wasn't. I knew that I could provide great services to companies here in Bakersfield, and it was just a matter of me going out and meeting people and saying, hey, let me look at what you have, see if we can improve it. Maybe we can give you a new logo. Maybe we can do this and that. And we can do everything from business cards and letterhead and presentation folders and checks to invoices and work orders. And so we have just a plethora of services and products to offer. And so it was just meeting people, seeing people, and getting referrals, and it just has grown, and from there.
You know, in any business, it seems like it's not just what you're offering in terms of services and products. It's what you just said, meeting people, getting to know people. Tell us about your whole approach to relationships, ongoing relationships, enduring relationships that make a business prosper.
Well, what makes a business prosper, in my opinion, is that you're providing goods and services of value to your clients. And if you can do that, if you can do it on a timely basis, if you can do it at a fair price, and if you can help them get more business themselves, that's what works for me. My job is to help other companies grow and thrive. And if I can help you grow and thrive, I'll come along with the trip right with you. Zig Ziglar had a wonderful quote that I always liked. Is, you can get everything you want in life if you help enough other people get everything they want in life. And that's kind of a philosophy that I've kind of taken on. How can I help you grow your company?
So I've got a question.
Sure.
You started strictly in the printing business and business forms and things like that. So when I look at your brochure that says DB and Company, commercial printing, specialty advertising, internet services, and marketing, we are here to help you grow your business and thrive. I see that. And the first thing that I think of is chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles. What do chicken and waffles have to do with each other? Where in the world did you come up with, from printing, I'm now going to be the marketing guru?
Well, printing in general as an industry is declining because of the computers now that produce invoices and work orders, and if you have just if you need 10 brochures that you've designed on your little WordPress or something, you can get those out, and a lot of companies are doing that. They're not doing it as good as we can, but they do that, okay? Sure. So if you remember back 20 years ago, there were PIPs, the PIPs, the little instant press printing companies. They're almost all out of business now, or they've grown and developed into the things that we are doing now. Especially advertising things. If you go to our website, we have promo products on there. 3 years ago, we had 500,000 items. Now we have over 1 million items.
Oh, wow.
So you can go to our website, look under promo items, put in a type of, if you want pens, if you want shirts, if you want, in fact, Bob, I gave you a little thing right here.
Oh, yes, you did.
Maybe if you could hold that up and tell me what that is. People could search for things and just find out what's available over our website.
Is that a coaster?
It is a coaster, but
for a shot glass.
It's not for a shot glass. A little bit bigger than that. It's a coaster to put in your car, where you put your soft drinks in your car. So you put that down there.
Oh,
it's
that's
a coaster,
perfect.
and it absorbs the extra sweat and so forth that you get off of your
That's great.
summer drinks. And in the summertime, if you have a little coffee spill, it gets that. So it's very unique, very different. But that's one of our specialty advertising products that is different than what you'd normally see anywhere else.
So you're there, you approach someone to say, we think we can help you prosper and thrive beyond the level you are now. Can you give us some examples, without betraying any confidences, of business that you've stepped up to and they've seen that turnaround and they can say, boy, worked for us, it might work for you too?
Well, one of the biggest ones in Bakersfield that we didn't, I don't know, we had a direct impact on everything that they did, but we do almost all the printing and everything for Buck Owens Productions. And so years and years ago, when they were on Chester, I went in, and it was great talking to Buck. And he would just talk about anything. And my last name is Bass. And so he says, hey, there's an old Bass in the Old West. And I go, yeah, Buck. And he says, you know what he did? And I said, yeah, he robbed banks. He was a crook. And he says, okay, you're my crook printer from now on. He'd always call me Outlaw Bass when I'd go into the Crystal Palace years later and everything. He always remembered me and everything. But Crystal Palace, that's one of the things that we do all their business cards and flyers and checks, and Mel has taken over and done a great job there with Melanie, and so as far as a big company, that's a big company. Another big company that we do a lot of stuff for is Era Energy. And and they have a lot of stuff that we work on a daily basis. But the medium-sized to small business, we want to go in there and do a brochure for them. We want to do a website for them. Maybe they don't have a website. They need to have a website. Their website, when people are searching for companies now and seeing what you do, the first impression you make many times is that website. And if that's not a good-looking website, if that's not a responsive website, do you know what a responsive website is?
No.
Most people don't. Responsive website is a site that if you're on a tablet, a smartphone, anything like that, that web page adjusts itself to the site of the device that you're looking to search on for that type of company or product.
Wow.
Otherwise, if it doesn't adjust correctly to that size of phone or iPad or whatever that they're searching on, your website can be just all white over here or green down here, and you have to go back and forth and up and down, and it gets very, very. You got 4 or 5 seconds to catch somebody's attention and give them the information they want. If they can't do that quickly, they're on to another company.
Bob, you're shaking your head. Yes, you know about those?
Oh, I do know about that. Now, I've got some big questions, but we've got to take a break.
Okay.
So I'll save them for the other side.
All right.
And
then later in the show, we're going to be dealing with this theme that showing the Pope and talking about gays in the church. We'll be right back.